What's going on, y'all? I guess I'm gonna sit up and make videos all day, especially since, TikTok is probably going down. But I want y'all to meet me on YouTube. Come on, let's get the YouTube up. I've had that YouTube since 2012. I should have been monetized on that thing. But you gotta be consistent. So I'm gonna start posting more on YouTube. I need to start going live and stuff like that at certain times. Anyway, I hope to see y'all on YouTube. But what's on my mind and on my heart today on this beautiful, cold January Saturday? About to drink some coffee. It's kind of late in the afternoon, but I haven't eaten, y'all. You know, my tooth. I don't know what to eat. I need to do a smoothie like my Embrace You. Need to get some more merch. So many things I need to do. Need to be serious about the podcast, Embrace You with Dr. Ray. Get some guests over here. Don't look at the mess. Get some guests to come to my couch, my home studio. Wouldn't that be nice? If I really take that seriously? Come on. I should have been had my own show. Well, I do, but it's just, here on these different platforms. I wonder why this is made for a left-handed. Because I'm trying to show the logo. But no, I was thinking earlier that as a woman, saying that I want a man does not make me weak. And I think especially for Black women, because we have been programmed to be so strong. I'm a strong Black woman. I'm tired of being strong, but just because you want a man, that doesn't make you weak, right? And so I think that when we're dating, when we really like somebody, I'm gonna speak for myself, I do become vulnerable. But it's scary out here just because I know that I operate sometimes from an area of my past trauma, past heartbreaks, and I don't want to operate there. But when it's somebody I like I want to feel safe with that person, And wanting to be in a relationship or wanting a man does not take away from your self-love, because whether you're single or married, you still need to have your self-care, your self-love, right? But I think that sometimes us wanting it does make us vulnerable, and we might get into compromising situations, if that makes sense. So we have to find a balance. I feel like, when I was younger, I had less boundaries, not enough, right? Just living, dating, enjoying life, having a good time. But now that I'm older, it's like I'm dating now with more intention, and you can intend with people that you meet for it to be something, lasting. And so you may come into it with a certain pressure, and you have to realize, who are you dating? Because a lot of us are in that middle range. So it's like we can date older people, we can date younger people, or men, shall I say, talk to the women. And I would think that an older man would be more serious about what he wants and what he's looking for. And when I say older, I mean over 50, right? That person is in a different phase of their life. They may not want more children. You have some 40-year-old men in their 40s who already have children, who don't want more children, don't have children, and don't want children. You know what I'm saying? So you really have to Man, I don't even have no advice on this. I'm just here talking today because I've seen a little bit of everything. You know what I mean? And so, and even with some of the younger. So when I say younger guys, I'm meaning like 35 to, because I'm 44. I'll be 45 this year. Lord have mercy. Where's the time going? I'm prayerfully aging gracefully with a little bit more wisdom than I had 10 years ago, 20 years ago, right? Excuse me. But, so younger, I'm meaning like 35 to, 39. They haven't hit 40 yet, right? And some of them might be looking for something serious, but some of them may not. So it really depends on the person, and where they are, in their life and their situation. Like we meet so many people as we go through this. Some people may be separated, keeping it real, but they kind of still want to date, which sounds crazy. I saw something on Facebook or somewhere, and it said it said men, they looking for their next relationship while they're in their current relationship. And the response was, they tell you don't quit a job till you get a job, but that does ring kind of true. And women are told, stay away from those guys, you know what I'm saying? A married man ain't your husband, right? But what if, I'm just hypothetically speaking, what if that is your person, and they got to go through whatever the process is or was. They got to wrap it up with that last person. That sounds so crazy. And I know we done seen some stuff out here like, who was that? Alicia Keys and Swiss Beats. Wasn't he married? I don't really know their business like that. But I'm just saying. But I don't know. I had saw a story on a blogger had posted wrote a little her experience, and this guy that was her friend, his wife was dying, and so she remained his friend throughout that whole time. And then after the wife passed away, they reconnected, and they wound up getting married. So yeah, I'm not saying this is not like who was that in the Bible? David that killed Bathsheba's husband. No, we're not saying go kill somebody's wife to get a husband. No, that's not what we're saying. But anyway, I'm just hypothetically talking and speaking. And I talk a lot about us wanting to do things God's way, and God knows us better than we know ourselves, and I think we can try our best. And it can be a little exhausting sometimes. I'm just keeping it real. Sorry for the coughing. To want to try to really walk that straight line, because God designed you. He knew everything you were going to struggle with. I went to a friend's Bible class on Thursday night, and he really talked to us a lot about grace, which is not a license to sin, but God knows everything we're dealing with, and I have to quote my friend, Pastor Dan Thomas, that said, he specifically, and I'm not quoting him verbatim, but he said that the reason why people struggle with sexual sin is because of our belief system, that we don't believe that God is going to send a suitable mate. I also heard another pastor say over 20 years ago, he said that sin is meeting a need illegitimately. So when we sin, it may seem like I'm outside of the will of God, but I can't even get into that. The will of God, right? What is the will of God? What is God's will? Am I stepping out of alignment of God's will? How is that when God already knows? He knows us. And so I'm thinking about, this video is all over the place because I'm just kind of venting and rambling. Hopefully y'all can keep up if you're that interested. But I thought today about Like, I still want to have a child, but I'm not married. So what do? You can't have a baby if you're not having sex. Especially at this age, this is the reality of it. You know, when you're in your 20s, boop, or teenager, 20s, whatever, boop, it's like you get pregnant without even thinking about it. You ain't trying to get pregnant. But then when you're trying to get pregnant and you're older, it's harder because, you know, the fertility is lower. So anyway, what I'm saying is, you don't just go out here and sleep with everybody or anybody because of the goal of wanting to have a child. The other option is adoption. Another option is going to the fertility clinic. The other option is, you know, organically you meet somebody, right, that you like, and they like you. And if they want to have a child or donate, then we already know how that's going to go down. So it's kind of like Abraham and Sarah. You know, they wanted to have a child, but Sarah couldn't conceive. You know, they were older. And so they went outside the will of God. They went outside of God's way. And that's when Abraham had Ishmael by another woman. And I'm just really bad at retelling the Bible, right? Need to be reading it. But you understand where I'm going with this. And so God knew they were going to go try to do this on their own, right? But then he still wound up allowing them to conceive and have Israel, right? Because it was still all a part of God's plan, right? So when we're in obedience and disobedience, God already knows. I didn't even expect this to go that way, but I was just letting y'all know what was kind of on my mind for the day and how it's hard trying to be patient, and it sounds like you're not trusting God when you're not being patient. But he knows our frustrations. He knows when we're going to sin. He knows when we're going to go outside the will. He knows. And he's already prepared, you know, what's ahead. I hope that makes sense. And so that's what I really learned in the Bible class last week Thursday, was that, you know, in the word, it says his grace is sufficient. So thank you, God, for grace. Thank you for the lesson, Pastor Dan, my friend. You know, because we beat ourselves up. We trying to figure this thing out. You know, why isn't this working for me? Why am I not married? Lord, you know that the biological clock is ticking. It's done tick-tocked, right? It's tick-tocking. But doesn't he know that? Doesn't he know that, right? And so we'll try to do it our way. We'll call a sperm bank. We'll call a boo thing, or, you know, a who thing. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. Because we're trying to get what it is that we want. You know, I don't believe that even in the word it says it's not good for man to be alone, man or woman. I don't believe God just wants us sitting around. I told my friend, God don't want us sitting around here just being sterile. Now, so, oof, y'all, is this too real today? Is this too real? So, me and my mom, you know, and I'm talking too much. I need to get off of here because y'all already told y'all my tooth is hurting. But me and my mom say, hey, one day at a time. And that's just with a lot of things in life, right? We try to do the whole year in one day. We try to do the whole week in one day. And God is saying, I know you and I got you, no matter what. You know, because, again, faith without works is dead. So you can't sit up here and like, oh, I want to have a child. I want to be married. But you're not dating. And you're just sitting in the house. Right? So we got to put some actions behind what it is that we want. You know? As long as we ain't hurting nobody. But we just need to give ourselves some grace, give other people some grace, because we're all going through something. Nobody's perfect. Nobody has it all together. Y'all can't get this mouth together. I'm going to get off of here, y'all. I love you guys. Be blessed. I hope this wasn't too real. No, y'all know I like to keep it real up in here. Be blessed.